Good day, brothers and sisters. Wisdom at Dawn, episode 307. Return to the One Buddha Vehicle, a Limited Understanding. Master says, all seasons pass us by soundlessly and unnoticeably. Therefore, we must heighten our awareness to these subtle changes in their intrinsic nature. All things in the world has its own intrinsic nature and appearance, but they are created by causes and conditions. Once separated, the nature and appearance will change. The ultimate true nature is our Buddha nature, our original nature. Even though we may have many habitual tendencies, we all share this intrinsic Tathagata nature. Transmigration in the 6 realms have strengthened our habitual tendencies. But the Buddha never gave up on any beings. In fact, he taught everyone his knowledge and views equally, according to sentient beings' capabilities. The 2 vehicles are made to guide sentient beings to the all-encompassing wisdom of the one great vehicle, and that was his real intent. As in the sutra verse, every Buddha in the 10 directions teaches using skillful means, opening provisional teachings first, to let sentient beings have faith and put into practice. Then they take apart these teachings to open and reveal the ultimate teachings, returning all to their intrinsic Tathagata nature. So therefore, do not stop at the 4 Noble Truths, the 12 cyclic links, and the laws of karma. We must go beyond these principles, as they do not totally eliminate afflictions. Only the one great vehicle teachings, or Bodhisattva path, will lead sentient beings to the state of Buddhahood. Today, Master shared this story. One day, during a summer monastic retreat, Ananda heard the monastics discussing about the causes and conditions that brought them the blessings to be by the Buddha's side and learn the Dharma every day. Ashnata Kaundiya especially wondered what were the causes and conditions that led him to be the first disciple to listen to the Buddha's teachings. Ananda thought that was a very good question, so he quickly went to the Buddha to ask. The Buddha said, "The workings of karma are inconceivable. Many kalpas ago, there was a king named Maitribala who was replete with goodness and treated his subjects as his own family members. He always did things which benefited others by sharing his wealth and the Buddha Dharma with everyone. He also set a good example to only speak kind, loving words and be respectful of others." Among the recipients of the king's love and care were 5 yaksas. Now yaksas, as we know, are vicious by nature, but without realizing, they were influenced by the people's practice of the 4 embracing virtues of charitable giving, beneficial conduct, collaborative work, and loving speech. So one day, with great agony, they came before the king and said that despite being vampires who live on fresh human blood, they would like to uphold and practice the teachings of loving kindness and benefiting others. They are so conflicted and are suffering from hunger, like being on fire. King Maitribala then told them that the body can only be sustained temporarily, and what is most important is their wisdom life, which is everlasting. He then offered to relieve their suffering momentarily by stabbing his own body in 5 places for the yaksas to feed on. He advised them to make vows to walk diligently on the path to Buddha, the path to Buddhahood, life after life. The Buddha then told Ananda that he was King Maitribala in the past, and the 5 yaksas were none other than Ashnata Kaundiya and the 5 first disciples. Ananda then asked about the causes and conditions in one of the Buddha's past life as a giant fish who offered his flesh to 5 fishermen to feed a village suffering from hunger. So the Buddha said, those 5 yakshas and the 5 fishermen were brought together by the inconceivable workings of causes and conditions to meet the Buddha again at a time when they needed him most. They were all linked by their affinities to him. So therefore, Master says, we must realize the karmic affinity to practice on the spiritual path together in this lifetime comes from our previous lifetimes. And this affinity will always bring us together. So therefore, be mindful always. 感恩 for listening in. May we all achieve enlightenment for the benefit of sentient beings.